Good morning, everybody. Yes, we are live. It is the last show of 2023. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is officially December, boss.
Oh, I love it. Oh, this is my favorite time. And I'm very, very excited because not to take 2 weeks off the show, which we're going to do, but to just spend time with family, friends, be on my own at home a little bit. Love that.
Oh, yes.
All those things that you put off the whole year that you can now, I'm going to find days to fix things,
Oh, yes.
sort out stuff that hasn't been sorted out.
Love it.
I have a whole action list for this time of year.
Do you?
Oh, you have no idea.
I have like 2 items on my agenda for the next 2 weeks.
What are those?
That's about it. Number one, I have to get my windscreen sorted.
Oh, no.
I'm an adult now.
Oh, no.
Like,
Did you see? It's because I had that tire thing a while ago, remember?
yes.
And I saw Rena when she was coming back from KZN, had a tire thing.
Yeah, so I'm glad it's not a tire
Now you got a
thing.
windscreen thing.
Oh, but that is just as bad as a tire. So if anyone has to donate,
Yeah.
my December money is going there.
Simphiwe's pretty much got a GoFundMe running 24/7 for all her various uses. So.
And then the only other thing is to actually see a few friends. Like, I'm not even planning on partying, drinking that much.
No.
I just want to see a few friends that I haven't seen throughout the year.
Yeah.
And that's it. Those are the only 2 things on my agenda.
That sounds like a very good plan, Simphiwe. I can't fault that. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It was a fun little trip to Cape Town, but also, again, you can never spend more than 2-3 days in that place. It's just not a real place. And
it's not a real... Yeah.
I loved it, and I had lots of fun, and I saw lots of people and family and friends and all kinds of things, but it's enough.
Yeah. And
That's
now
enough.
it's officially like packed. Like
Yes,
Cape Town is
done.
just...
And I'm not going away at all over this December
nice.
period at all. So, I mean, that counts as a little baby holiday. So it was enough.
Okay.
The rest of the time, I'm very happy to be at home. There's no pressure. I haven't even got plans for New Year yet.
Oh.
None.
Really?
Zero. I have no idea.
That's sorted already. A good friend of mine was like, she's hosting a bride. I'm like, I'm there.
Oh,
Done.
good.
So
See, you're one of those people, you accept the invitation and you go.
Yes.
You don't mess around and like, oh, can I get back to you and wait for something better to come up? So
really
rude.
know.
That's so rude, don't you think?
It is, but I also already know what I like and don't like. Like, I would not accept invitations to the club. I'm not accepting
hell no.
invitations that are super far and then I have to drive back. So if someone's like, I'm hosting and I'm having a bride, sign me up.
That sounds like a
food.
good... Yeah,
hang out with people. That's good.
I'm with you. That's a very good choice.
Yes.
Maybe I'll just pitch up at your bride. Imagine that. All right, so we have lots of cool stuff to do this morning. We will be checking in with Ben a little later on with Super Bets as well to talk about some sport that will be on while we're away. Just in case you're one of those people who thinks that everything stops at this time of year, it doesn't. There are hardworking people in emergency services. You get your police, you got your doctors and nurses. You've got people who are in the service industry itself. I mean, the shops are cooking at the moment. So there are lots of people working. It's not everybody that gets a time off. I did get a message from someone who listens to us regularly saying to me yesterday, oh, well, I don't know how you guys could take 3 weeks off. I was like, 3? I'm pretty sure I even checked my calendar. I'm like, no.
It's just 2 weeks.
It's just 2.
It's just 2.
So this week, we didn't do a live show yesterday or Wednesday, but that's 2 out of 5. That doesn't count as a week off, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, I don't think so. We've worked very, very hard. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like, that's all.
We'll be off for 2 weeks, but don't panic. We'll be back on the 8th with more live shows and new guests and new stuff. It's all going to be very exciting. I have like a bee in my bonnet about 2024 being a good year.
It has to.
I'm sick of these meh years now.
Since
COVID, it's been like, I want to get over that now. And I don't want to ever mention COVID again, frankly. I'm just done with it now.
So I wish I was those trucker hands who would be like, oh, 2023, 20 for me or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have anything for 2024, but I'm definitely on some. It has to be a better year. Like, it has to just...
2024, the year of more.
There we go.
Done.
That's the theme for it. It's
We have
done. It's sealed.
We've got it.
And
all
none more
sorted.
problems, please.
No. No more problems. No problems. More things, more people, more fun, more places. That's what we're going to do. And I just want to take a minute because we don't get sentimental on the show often enough. And I know it bothers some people because we always talk about what's going on in the world.
Yes.
And we talk about all our crazy life experiences and things. But I just want to say, like, for all the people who've been there every morning at 6 o'clock when we start the show, love, 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 and thank you. There's no point in doing this show if it isn't for you. If it isn't for an audience, we may as well just sit and talk every morning. And there would be no reason for us to get together and put it on the internet and put it out as podcasts, share it on social media. So all of this only happens because you're there. And we really hope that we can help kick off your 2024 in the right way next year. So I want to thank you. If you listen to the show, if you're a regular participant, if you're in the comments section, if you like and subscribe, because there's all kinds of stuff that we're going to be doing next year. And I'm very excited to do it with you. So that's number one. Number two, I want to thank all the people who have been a part of the business of Cliff Central.
Yes.
You know, for all of our great clients, we've got such wonderful people we work with, and people that we've worked with for sometimes 9.5 years, you know, which is extraordinary. George Meany and his team at Auto Trader.
Oh, yes.
Such cool people to do stuff with. People who we've been doing projects with for, you know, since the founding of Cliff Central. Clients who've just come on board, people who do all sorts of amazing things with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes it well worthwhile. And the Christmas present that I get every year is to be able to do these fun things and to do it with clients we really like working with. We've got a handful of people, and we just love doing stuff with you guys. So that's number two. Number three is the team here at Cliff Central, because we have.
Do continue, Gareth.
No, we have a small but amazing, talented, hardworking team of people here who really do all of the heavy lifting behind the scenes. We've got, you know, producers, we've got engineers, we've got people who put together campaigns. So I want to say a big thank you to our whole team here at Cliff Central, because otherwise this whole year wouldn't have been possible. So to everybody who's on the staff, everybody who's on the client list, everybody who's in the audience, you guys make it worthwhile to do this. And we wouldn't have wanted it any other way. So there we go. All right. So I see this is all very important, because we were talking the other day, even I think we've mentioned this a couple of times this year with George, but the RTMC, do you know what that is? The Road Traffic Management Corporation?
Yeah, what's going on with that one?
So they say they're confirming that they are coming for you if you're a corrupt traffic officer and if you're a motorist who pays bribes. They're coming for you.
How? Like, I just need to know what are the measures that they're going to put in
That's
place.
not very Christmas spirit of them, is it?
I just need to know. I just need to know. What is it that... Like, is it when I look for, like, Chief, I have a cool drink?
Well,
is that what they're going to look out for?
They say they've got operations running all over the country to get rid of rot within the ranks. They said in just under a week, they'd laid criminal charges against 8 of their officers in Newcastle and 7 in Johannesburg. The head of the RTMC, Makosini Msibi, said that motorists who were complicit in these crimes would not be spared either. They're coming after you. So don't try and bribe our Metro Police, all right?
Let me tell you what you do, okay? Because this has worked countless of times. I've never had to pay a bribe in my life, but I've also not gotten a ticket, okay?
Yeah, you negotiate your way through these things.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. Okay, maybe because I'm also black, so maybe that helped. I put number 1, gospel music.
I think it's more that you're a woman. Women get away with way more than men.
But I tell you, you have to set the mood. You have to set... So it's gospel music, number 1. I have gospel on speed dial, right?
Yeah, right.
Gospel music.
So you got that ready to go at any minute.
Any, like, next song, you know, we just need to be in worship mode.
Right.
Number 2, smile and just be patient. Like, greed, you know, oh, Chief, you want to check? Go ahead.
Politeness.
Like, it works
Got
like
you.
a charm. And then you must also act dumb when they're like, oh, your disc is expired. Wait, what? You know, you have to act like you don't know your own problems. My license. Don't say that to me. Yo, okay, no, I'm gonna get it. You have to act like, yo, I don't know what's going on. And then they'll talk to you like, if I catch you again, I promise you it's gonna get sorted. You just say that. Just give me this one chance. I promise you it works.
Then they let you do your thing.
Yes, because you just like, oh, I'm shocked that I had a problem, even though you knew that.
Until that same officer pulls you over a second time. Then
it's tickets.
Like, you again.
Yes, but
you're with the gospel music and and your ignorance. No.
Yeah, it doesn't work if they actually pull you over like twice in a very short period of time.
Listen,
but that works for me.
I agree with everything you've said. I don't know about the gospel music. I wouldn't know where to start. But I do think like politeness always counts. Even when I was arrested for speeding that time, I think it was, and I didn't know that they had cameras on me.
Mm-hmm.
But being polite, I think, did me a whole lot more good than if I was an asshole about things.
You see?
And remember, these guys, even though we know there are rotten ones, there are also some people who are just trying to do their job.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
They're not trying to. And I do think that this time of year, there are a lot of police officers and Metro Police they see like us, the public, as a way to fund their Christmas.
Sure.
So there's a lot of that happening. But a lot of people are they're doing their best.
Yes.
And what I would suggest is that even if you're not drinking, but you're going out at all during the evenings especially, way more sensible to just Uber or whatever, because just get a taxi, a Lyft or whatever, because if they want to find something wrong, they will.
Yes.
Even if you are sober as a judge, and in this country, that isn't a great metaphor because we've got judges who've driven through walls and shit. But don't take a chance. They're going to find something if they want to find something, right?
That's the issue as well, is that if they're looking for a problem, they will find one and they will give you hell. So the only thing you can do, be patient, polite, and then act dumb. I think that also works sometimes.
Yeah, it works.
To some extent. And then you just let it go. Like, that's it. Also, don't bitch and moan about it the next day.
100%. Okay, so Simphiwe has got some things she wants to talk to us about with regard to Song of the Year. And also Ryan has given us like a calendar of the year. Now, I mean, I very seldom remember half the things that have happened in this year. So I've had
I also need help because I know like 90% of the things that have happened. So January with that caravan, I don't know what's going on there. But like February, we had the death of AKA.
Yeah, right? that was a big story. Okay, so Ryan, we may need your help on some of these. So the first one I don't know either, AKA clearly. Then I think what's going on there is...
that was much. 4:10. That was when, who's this guy? His mom's house was blown up. Forgot the guy's name now. He's an activist. Why am I forgetting him? But yeah, it became a thing because she was just like 4:10. Gudu. So that was the meme.
Yeah, but I don't remember that story either. So then there's obviously Thabo Best and Dr. Nandi.
Yes.
That was April, right? Then May.
I don't know who that big guy is.
I don't know who that big guy is either.
Okay.
Angaz. Then June was the submarine that exploded.
Yes. Ocean Gate, was it not?
Yeah. That was horrible.
Yeah.
July, I don't know, like what's going on there.
I don't know what the bread situation and the
kid. I mean, these are meant to be the biggest stories of the year. And Simphiwe and I hope we're paying attention. I don't know what half these things are.
Yeah. But then we have it's July, August, right? So there's two pictures on there. The first half is Brakop. He used to be an actor on Rhythm City and he was getting some sort of massage.
Oh my God.
And he looks in pain.
So I do remember that picture being, that did the rounds. But was that a news story? It's more like memes.
Yeah, and then the one at the bottom is an influencer whose sex tape got released.
Jesus.
Yeah, so she was trending and they're accusing other celebrities to be part of it. So that was what? Is that July? Where are we?
No, so we're now in September, October.
October, that's the Squat King. So this is a fitness oak who became very popular for his fit bum and just making everyone do squats. Okay,
so that would be September. Then October is obviously the World Cup rugby.
Yes, and the bogus
Dr. Matthew. Yeah. November.
I don't know the top picture, but the bottom picture, is from TikTok. It's called the ceiling challenge. So this
Oh my
blew
God.
up because people would, and it started off very fun. Like the Formula One teams did it, and it was so cool. What they'll do is put their phone up, and they kind of just had like the celebratory dance that they'll do to this particular song. So everyone started putting their phones up on the ceiling and dancing.
How do you put your phone on the ceiling? Did they tape them up?
Tape them up.
Okay.
And then just like everything, things needed to go very south because this was a very wholesome challenge. And then jiggy girls are just on there twerking, they're naked.
Oh, right. So
and
I could
then
see just ass in that picture. And then for December, they said Zahara. Okay, so Rachel says that the person, the influencer in the 10...
Lux. Yes, that's
Lux.
10 past 4.
10 past 4.
Mm.
A bullshit stories of the year, more like it, is Duds. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
The only good one was the Springboks.
Yeah, the rest are kind of embarrassing, right? I still don't know who that big fat guy is.
Yeah, I'd love to know
anybody
what
knows.
Her claim to fame is, because I also don't know.
And that caravan in the first one, what the hell is that all about?
Yeah, clearly that was not a big story because I don't remember it.
Nuh-uh.
But everything else, I think we did very well.
Well, there's your calendar. And really, if that is the year, then I'm very happy to say goodbye to it. Because it's a heap of stinking bullshit, that is.
And that's like what local news.
No, I mean, I'm more interested in this guy who has held his arm up for the last 50 years.
Oh, wow.
He raised his right hand in the air and has held it up for 50 years. If you thought, and I put this on Instagram yesterday, if you thought you'd had a stupid year, this guy's had stupid 50 years. All he's done is held his arm up for 50 years.
I don't think the arm can go down now.
Yeah, I think it's just stuck there.
He's tried and he's like, oh, damn.
But what a joke, right? Look at him. Oh, he smokes a lot of whatever.
Yeah,
now,
okay.
What on earth would make a person do that with it? And look how wizened and thin that arm is. All it does is it's just stuck like that, right? And imagine you sleep. What kind of a bed do you need to sleep like that? Because you can't put your arm up.
Clearly he sleeps on his own because I don't think
any
woman
who wants to be with him.
Look
at this guy.
Tolerate that.
He's dirty as hell. Manky old homeless man.
I promise you, if he put his arm down after the first 3 months, he was going to be able to just live a better life. This is just
50 years.
Sad.
So when he dies, he'll be buried in a coffin that has an extra part of off to the side. Like a little built-on
piece. The
piece.
definition of a mandala.
Yeah, right, exactly. 50 years this idiot's been doing this. I just have to tell you, what's the point? What for? You really can be famous these days for anything. Anything. It doesn't even take work. You could just keep your up. I mean, listen, I don't think it's easy to do that. I don't think it's very comfortable. I think it's a stupid waste of your time. But if you want to be famous for something, there we go. So those people who are sitting around going, oh, well, 2024, I don't have any plans yet. Just hold your arm up in the air for the whole year.
Don't do that.
Maybe you'll get to like it.
Don't try that at all.
Yeah. I did start my, I've got 4 lists that I do every year.
Yes.
Right. So I do the 3 people I want to meet, 3 places I want to go, 3 things I want to buy, 3 things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started it with just a few of the suggestions. If you have any ideas for me, I'd be happy to hear them because I like doing those things. And if I can get to the end of the year and I have 1 or 2 out of the 3, I can sit because they like big, hairy, audacious goals. They're not. Some of them are very, very simple to do.
Yes.
Some of them are a little more complex, but I feel like that's better than resolutions. Those resolutions drive me crazy, and I know what's going to happen. A whole lot of people make them on the 1st of January or the 31st of December, and then by the 3rd of January, they've already forgotten. Yeah.
So what I will be trying next year is, it's not a new concept, but I think it's a new concept in terms of personal life.
Yes.
It is doing a SWOT analysis.
Oh, tell me more. How are you going to do your own strengths, weaknesses?
Opportunities and threats for Simphiwe Zamegile Mthatha. So usually a lot of businesses, they do this. It's part of the strat. It's like you do it all the time. And I saw a video recently. They were like, a lot of the times if you want to change something in your life or be better, we tend to think SWOT analysis are for businesses, but you can also do it for yourself. So that's a great way to start.
Okay.
Look at yourself and look at the things that you're good at, you're bad at. And then that's how you can know what you need to improve on for the year. So personally, it's like I'm going to try that. So I'll be doing a SWOT analysis on me,
Very
myself,
good.
and I. And then from that list, I'll be able to say, oh, these are the opportunities and areas I can grow in. And then from there, oh, these are the threats. So this is what I'm mindful of in 2024. As opposed
Very
to just
good.
like, oh yeah, like I wish it's a good year. Like
Yeah, because that's just open-ended and won't result in anything, right?
yes. So
Yeah.
now I can actually have oh yeah, I need to improve on like my spelling. And this is what it looks like. Reading more.
All right. Someone says the fat guy is your policeman.
Oh, was the okay, now I understand.
From the calendar,
yes,
let's
because
see if
there
we
was
can go
a
back.
trend.
Do you remember
on,
this?
Yes, okay, this is good. Thank you so much, guys. So on Twitter, there was this thing of like our police officers are like unhealthy and they need to get into shape.
Okay, I got
And
you.
so now I can okay, thank you.
We
Thank you.
still don't know what the caravan is.
I think someone did share.
Really?
The
And
caravan guy is someone who lives in like, oh, never mind.
no, if anybody knows what these other ones are, I mean, really, this is a pathetic statement of what 2023 was in South Africa.
Was.
Honestly, like that's the most pathetic thing ever. If you were doing a history of the year 2023 to put together into a time capsule for humanity to discover in 1,000 years, and that was your calendar, people would go, well, that was a stupid year. And it was.
I think people wanted to just look at all the things that were funny because I think a lot of serious stuff also took place. A lot of big stories broke out that broke our hearts. Like, I'm still not over it. Like, rand manipulation.
Apparently, there's a fire in Muizenberg in the Cape. You know, so again.
Oh, you know what they forgot to add?
What?
On the
calendar?
Yes.
What?
I forgot the month. In Johannesburg, you know, the gas explosion.
Oh
I
my
think
God. Well, that's quite hectic.
Yeah, but that was big.
That was a way bigger story than the fat policeman or in Nhlanhla Lux's house. Really unbelievable. All right, well, let's hope that our Song of the Year category is a little more exciting. So let's look at that quickly.
Okay.
Song of the Year.
I don't usually follow the Song of the Year. I'm not that attached to it.
No. And usually they choose just the most popular song.
Yes.
Charts, downloads, all that stuff. I mean, these days it's not hard to figure out what's popular.
Sure. Yeah. And I thought there's this new song out called Iplan. It's so Amapiano have taken over, and this song is Iplan, just talking about I don't have money, but I'll always make money because he's in a relationship. It's a beautiful song, right?
Okay.
And everyone loves it. We're like, yes, this might be the Song of the Year. Until recently, Rihanna is now out and about, and she's doing interviews, and they asked her what's her like album of the year, and she's like, I don't listen to albums, but like the songs I've had on repeat is Unavailable, I think, by Davido or Burna Boy, can't remember. And the other one is Umnike by Tyler ICU.
Oh.
Now, this song was massive, like in June, July. And if you don't know it, it basically like, and a lot of Americans are like, Nike? M Nike? And it's like, no, Umnike, like give her, like, you know.
All right, here's the interview with Rihanna.
Album of the year?
Here's Rihanna.
Ooh. Am I an album girl? Or am I a streaming single girl? Unavailable. On repeat. That and Ninka. It is spelled Mnike.
And she almost got it right.
Almost. But that song was massive. Like, I mean...
Minka.
It's better than M Nike. That's what I've heard as well. Like M Nike. And I think that should be the song of the year. Like, honestly, if it's not...
Siva agrees with you, by the way.
Thank you. Like, yes, let's go puss in the man. And fun fact, like, even Doja Cat used the dance moves on TikTok for this song.
Okay.
On one of her, like, performances. I mean, she didn't perform the song, but I mean... So I think that should be the song of the year, guys. We must fight for it. Rihanna has approved. And Rihanna can do no wrong in my eyes. So it's
Ninga, says just Frogo. Ninka.
And fun fact, I think the guy on there's a vocalist. I think it's Tyler. I could be wrong. But Tyler ICU has been nominated for a Grammy as well. So...
Very good.
Like, Amapiano's doing things.
It's absolutely.
Like, it's taking over the world.
And next year looks set to be another good year for South African music.
Oh, yes.
And South African art. So we've got things to be proud of. And it doesn't involve those dumb things on that calendar. No, really.
Like we could have added more good stuff. Like I mean, we also
Unbelievable.
had like Tyler with water. I'm just saying that like she's making it big, doing tours, performing left, right, and center, not in
Right.
just SA, but like globally. So yeah.
So yeah, there's quite a lot happening. Also, people are heading all over the country. Mapelo says, I'm heading down to the swamp called the Eastern Cape tomorrow.
Oh.
Sorry about that. I hope it goes well, Mapelo. We actually met Mapelo. He came up here for one of for Canton's book launch or something, and we got to meet him. So he lives in KZN, came up to Joburg, and now he's going to the Eastern Cape. You're traveling more than most of us. So well done, Mapelo. That sounds good, but you did choose the worst province to go to.
Yeah, I don't think there's much going on for the Eastern
family.
Cape.
You know what? If your family live there, that's home.
Sure, I get that. Like I'm not trying to hate, but it's not. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's just talk about this because it is obviously a time for family and friends and lovers.
Yes.
So let's talk about this. Worst responses to I love you. By the way, I saw some terrible responses to how you should deal with family discussions at the dinner table over this Christmas, but we'll get to that a little bit later on.
Okay.
And what you should and should not bring up at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that can lead you down a dark path.
It is.
No.
So I have not a lot of responses. I have a few, like 6, that I thought were the worst of the worst. This is like a Twitter thread as well. And I'm going to ask you to say the words I love you. So we're going to role play real quick.
Go.
And this will be my response to that.
I love you.
Have you been told goodnight?
That's vicious. Jesus, is that acceptable? Sure.
Sure, like I was just like...
So people talk to each other. I love you.
Likewise.
Oh, that's lame. Likewise is something you say if someone says, I woke up early this morning. Like, likewise.
Like it's so cold and heartless.
It's unthinking. It's just that's just unbelievably insensitive. Okay, likewise. I love you.
It's just infatuation.
Yeah, you see now that may be true. It's not the worst response, because if it is, if the one person thinks it is just infatuation, you see a lot of dumb people don't realize they're not in love. They're actually just infatuated. Like they've fallen in love with the idea of being with that person. So I don't know that that's the worst response.
I'm sure the person who said it doesn't want to hear that.
It could be someone just letting you down easy.
Okay, that's true.
All right.
Okay, we have 3 more to go. Let's go.
I love you.
It will pass.
Now, I can tell you for a fact that is the case very often. This idea of love is it is a big trick played on you by chemicals in your brain some of the time. And there is real love. I don't doubt for a second that there are people who fall in love and that love lasts forever. And we all know that there are these magical couples who just manage to defy all the odds. They work hard at their relationship. They put in the difficult times. They put in more effort than they do during the good times. And things just get better for them because they focused on making it work. But yeah, it does pass. It does pass for a lot of people.
But it's not nice to hear. All I'm saying is when someone says that to you, I don't think that's what they want to hear.
I'm going to say that's true.
Yeah.
I love you.
That's nice.
Wow.
And you have one more response.
Well, I see some in the comments here. Dad says, thanks.
Oh, no, you stole mine. Okay.
Is that the one?
Yeah, the last one is, I love you. And then someone's like, thank you.
Rachel says, Mapelo says, okay. You see, these are vicious.
You guys are heartless.
Seems like these responses will in some way warrant an Oscar piss reaction.
They are heartless.
Yeah, they are heartless. Yonda says, good morning, Cliff Centralians. Last show of the year, listening from the mountains of Lesotho. Song of the year must be Rasi Rasi in your head. Oh, right. They did that zombie version for Rassie Erasmus. Speaking of Rassie Erasmus, those are terrible responses to love. Let's turn our attention to Ben and Beyond the Scoreboard, which is brought to you every week by Superbets. And checking in with us for the last show of the year, here is Ben Karpinski. Hello, Ben.
Hey, everybody. What an intro, hey? Just like Rusty.
It's very good. Are you in a dressing gown?
I'm in a bathrobe.
And why does it look like you have horns?
I don't know, guys.
Does it look like he has horns?
Yes, it does.
No, okay, now not so much.
Okay.
For a second there, it looked like you had horns.
It's early morning. It's Cape Town. I guess.
But you look fresh, Ben. You look fresh. Don't make excuses. It's all good.
Thanks very much, Gareth.
All right, so let's talk, because Ben, we have quite a lot to be excited about. It's just because we are going on a break doesn't mean that sport goes on a break.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this time of year might be the perfect time for you to catch up on some of your favorite sport.
Yeah, thankfully not. I mean, if you look at the big things like golf, they have these big breaks. So there's no golf until about mid-December. If you look at rugby, though, well, it doesn't actually stop at all. So we've had this Investec Champions Cup, and now we get back to the United Rugby Championship, which has been a big deal because that's differentiated us now from the Sanzar people of like Australia and New Zealand. So now we're very much European focused, which is great. So there aren't a lot of games, but one of the big things about where we are right now is the Bulls and the Stormers have two fantastic squads, and they're being stretched between the two competitions. But now we consolidate back on the URC. So if you are in Cape Town and this Saturday, well, 7 o'clock, the URC Stormers versus Bulls. It's a big one. We've had a lot of international competition. This is a big derby. We haven't had a lot of big derbies of late. I remember during COVID, like there was Curry Cup, Super Rugby, COVID, whatever, and it just felt like we were always playing derbies, and they went very, very thin. Last week the Cheetahs, they beat the Sharks, and that was a really big event. So that's something that we can really look forward to on the rugby front. On the crickets, and I've got to get back to the crickets, although I'm sure you don't want to talk about the crickets because SA just lost to India again. Oh, it's so frustrating. I was at that game.
No, I mean, India, it's not frustrating, Ben. It's what happens when you take on India, and they're a damn fine team, and we just don't have our shit together. You've told us this.
I know, Gareth, but that team that just beat us now, I went through that team again this morning just as a refresher, just so that I'm not being hasty. I didn't know too much about that team. And it's not because I don't watch a lot of Indian cricket. I mean, I'm not a diehard Indian domestic cricket fan that gets up and watches Lakshan Rushdeep, shine his bat in the holidays. But it wasn't a very strong Indian team. It really wasn't. A lot of those people were very inexperienced. It was one of those things like, this guy's got promise. Let's see how he does outside of India. And they beat us like comprehensively. Sure, they did well in Kabaja 2 days ago. And Tony DeZorzi seems to be quite afined with the bat. But the Indian team wasn't great. And it took on a mostly decent Proteas team. I mean, there was Henrik Klaassen, there was David Miller, there was Aiden Markram, Keshav Masharov was playing. So it wasn't like it was a like-for-like experimental outfit. And we got battered at home in December. There is no better time to impress your home fans in December, and the Proteas just rolled over again. So they lost the T20. Well, I think the T20s, there was a rain issue, and then we got absolutely battered in that third one, and then we lost the ODIs 2-1. So when it comes to December, and if you are born and raised South Africa and you do drink and you do like sport, Test cricket is in your DNA to enjoy and make a big thing about. So the Boxing Day Test, that'll be at Centurion, and apparently it's sold out for at least the first 3 days, which is amazing.
Okay,
but
good news.
But
because you were bemoaning how little support there is at the moment.
Yeah, But when it comes to Test cricket, it's really great because it's a proper family day. You get to go out, and Centurion, as I've said for many, many years, probably the best place to purchase and enjoy a beer in the whole country. It really, really is.
Okay.
But this is where it gets a bit more interesting because we've spoken about cricket being a great thing to play with. So if you go to Superbets, you get the live stuff, and then you get obviously pre-game things. You can bet on series and all that kind of stuff. But now you're at home. It's the holidays. You have time to focus on these kind of things. I would suggest have a look at the sort of live play options. So if you like a batsman and you want to sit in and see how he goes, you can obviously bet on him going above a certain score or below a certain score. Or if you like trading terms, you can short a player basically. So you say, okay, is he going to get 15? No. So then you short his ability. So if he gets out for less than 15, great. So that's something to look forward to over Boxing Day. Now, the English Premier League doesn't stop. That's because they pay them so much money that these people basically give their lives for everything. So they never know what Christmas is. It's a bit like that really patronizing song that did it. Was it World Aid with Bob Geldof when they asked African children, do they know what Christmas is?
Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Yeah.
Do they know it's Christmas time at all? That can apply to these footballers because they don't get a break. They just don't. No. So Boxing Day, again, it's going to be really great. Saturday, we got Spurs versus Everton at 5, Luton versus Newcastle at 5, Liverpool versus Arsenal, 7:30. Arsenal are doing that thing, kind of like the Proteas, where they give you all the hope in all the wrong times of the season. But as a fan, personally, I'm going with it. I'm still riding with it. And then Sunday, we've got Wolves versus Chelsea at 3, who have become hugely entertaining of late. And of course, the PSL also doesn't stop. It carries on. So they try and mimic, obviously, what the Premier League does. So Chiefs versus Richards Bay, 3:30 on Saturday. Supersport United versus Pirates at 5:45. And Sunday, Sundowns will be playing against Cape Town City away. Will they lose? Of course they won't, but that's happening. And then URC will also be in the mix for Boxing Day. So normally we only have football, so football and cricket, but now big Boxing Day game, Munster versus Leinster. And the reason I tell you this is one to watch is because Ireland are coming here in June to play South Africa, so July. So they'll be playing 2 test matches. So to become more affair with their team, always a good idea. And then, Boxing Day is Tuesday. I said it's Saturday. It's not my lie. Boxing Day will be Tuesday. Yeah. So more English Premier League there: Burnley versus Liverpool and Man United versus Aston Villa. But
I just want to point out that the shadow on your face makes it look like you have the most unbelievable Clive Rice moustache ever.
Yeah, I've timed this. I've timed this really badly. And it does. It looks like
it looks like a good Clive Rice sized moustache. It's big.
Yeah, I've timed this quite badly. I was trying to get natural lights in the hotel room, and now it literally is just blazing sunshine. So, all right. Now, on the cricket as well, because we're not going to be having a show around it, but there's the 3rd of January. We've got the Newlands Test. So, Newlands is cricket's most stunning, beautiful ground. It's the, again, going back to this whole India thing, they've had an experimental team for the white ball games. For the Test cricket game, the big stars are back. So you will get to see the best of the best from India and South Africa who have prioritized the Test matches here. 3rd of January, it's going to be an absolute blast, and that's obviously New Zealand in Newlands. I don't think it's going to rain, but it'll obviously be hot, be windy, and it's a real spectacle. But I do want to wrap up the final Beyond the Scoreboard for the year to talk about what's happening in January. And obviously, Drickus du Plessis will be fighting against Sean Strickland, UFC 297. So I placed a bet on Drickus probably 2 weeks now, and I got 1.21 on the odds. So that means that my speculative / confident 1,000 Rand will get me 1,200 Rand back. The odds have already shortened to 1.18. So your 1,000 gets you 1,108. So I think the odds are going to keep shortening. So if you do really want to have a bash on Drickus while he bashes Strickland, I would say sooner rather than later. And the funny thing about that is that during UFC 296, there was a scuffle in the crowd where Strickland, who's got no filter and he's been completely rattled by Drickus already, actually flew into a tirade of punches over Drickus, to which he just kind of
saw
laughed.
That. We even spoke about it on the show on Monday, I think it was.
Yeah, so Drickus is, people will never give him the credit for this, but I've always said it. He knows his sport probably better than anybody, and he's not pulling the strings in this guy. And this guy's going to have a meltdown. He's already had a bit of a breakdown on a podcast this week where he was in tears about his life. And Drickus sits back and he's just saying the right things. So if you want to bet on that, the odds are going to continue to shorten. Drickus he was in Vegas for the press conference. He's now back and he's training. He's got the last stretch back at his home gym at CIT in Pretoria. And then that'll be it. January 21st, Sunday from 5 a.m. will be the main card that we can watch. So that's something to really look forward to. And other than that, that's pretty much it for your festive season. You're going to get great football. You're going to get great cricket. And, of course, there's rugby. Rugby does not go away ever. And I really hope that our players who also don't know what Christmas is anymore, maybe we should play out with that song today. It's just, it's really relevant.
No, it's Christmas time at all. Yeah, good. I like it.
And thank you for that, players, because you give us something that when the family stuff starts to sour or get boring, we can just turn on sport. An absolute win.
Yeah. And also, let's never forget that in South Africa, if you're sitting around family and you have nothing to talk to them about, sport is always a good place to start. And you can always say that you won some money with super bets, and that could get them excited about sport, and you'll have something in common, finally, right?
And then you can all test your theories and then put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. I always like that, because when someone's very adamant about something, then you say, cool, let's play it. And when they start teetering back a bit, it's like, aha, didn't like your opinion much after all, did you?
Audrey says in the comments, I also already placed a 500 Rand bet on Drickers. So there's some money that I should probably make that. I'm sure that that'll work out well. All right, Ben, listen. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he's good value for it because that guy is destined for the title. He's working harder than ever. And again, I will shamelessly promote myself. If you go onto my YouTube channel at Follow the Bounce, you'll get 32 minutes of Drickers breaking down why he will be the next champion, which I think came out quite well.
All right, very good. Let's just remind ourselves of Ben's Clive Bryce moustache and his Alan Donald war paint, as somebody says. So we've really got like old cricketers making representations this morning with super bets.
There is so much coming through.
All right, Ben, enjoy your holiday. Happy Christmas and all of that stuff. Hope you get to spend some nice time with the family. Poor Daniela's in the background sleeping, isn't she?
Correct.
Well, trying to sleep. She's sleeping through your sports update.
I know.
Oh, she's just turned around. All right, no,
but you know what's even worse? She's only hearing one side of this conversation because my earphones are in, so it sounds even worse to
her. Very good. All right, Ben, have a happy Christmas. And SuperBets supports responsible gambling. Strictly no under 18s. Winners know when to stop. South Africans' Responsible Gambling Foundation's toll-free counseling hotline is 0800 006 008. And good luck for all the Christmas fun. Ben, we'll check in with you in the new year.
All right, guys. Thanks for a great year of sports. I'm very excited to come back in January.
Me too. Very good. There's Ben. And Daniela sleeping in the background on a little holiday with that shadow that just looked like the worst moustache ever. It was actually a hilarious way to end the year. So I did this thing with the family yesterday. I got back around lunchtime from Cape Town, and I said to them all, all right, you're coming to my house. We're going to watch a movie from the 80s. In fact, I must just look up. No,
was it Home Alone?
No, it's better than that. Because that's also one of the big Christmas movies, right?
My grandmother loves that one. So it's.
Oh, does she also watch that one?
Oh, yeah. She watches it. She's like, yeah.
So this one's called National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Ooh. It was released in 1989.
Sure.
Starring Chevy Chase. Juliette Lewis is the little daughter. Randy Quaid is in it.
Oh, these are very old names.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who was in Seinfeld, obviously. A very, very cool, very funny movie. But, I mean, it's one of those movies that my brother even said, because the whole family came, which is great, because everybody's so busy this time of year that they set aside Christmas, but not really the rest of the time. They've got friends to see. And anyway, so everyone was there at my house, put out snacks, and we all had sweets and chips and all kinds of shit that you shouldn't have because it's Christmas. Why the hell not? And then we watched this National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which is hilarious, but it's also the worst movie because anyone who's ever tried to make Christmas special for their family and everything that could go wrong goes wrong, that's what happens to this guy. He doesn't get his bonus check. The lights won't come on when he's decorated the whole house in lights. There's a dog that chases a squirrel. There's a cat that explodes. It's just like, and the old people are really, really annoying. And I just think for so many people, there's so much in that they can relate to around Christmas.
Sure.
And all this poor dad wants to do is just give his family the best Christmas ever. That's very sweet. I know, it's very sweet. So you got to watch that. But it's now become like a thing with our family. We haven't watched it for years. And I suddenly thought yesterday we got to do this.
I love
Lots
that.
of fun. Yeah, it was actually really cool.
But like, since you mentioned worst movie or like Christmas, I recently watched a movie. It was on Netflix,
Yeah.
and I was a bit bored. And it's a South African production, so I was like,
Okay.
yes, let's go.
Which one? I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't think so, Gareth, because I do not recommend anybody to watch this movie. In fact, I give this a 0. It was about 2 hours, 20 minutes long.
What was it?
And let me tell you, before I say the name of the movie, right? Let me kind of set it up. They had money for production because they had like big names. It's a sports movie type of vibe.
Oh.
And it's basically following the life of like this prominent like soccer coach who like passed on, and his son went on to play like for Sundowns, I think, and he did great, but then he kind of let his kid behind, and now the kid is angry, and he's also trying to get into the soccer world, and it's basically that kind of tale. It's that. Firstly, I think it's not a movie. It should have been like shots in episodes, like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, because they had pacing issues. Like one day we're watching this kid, and then the next day his dad is in jail. It doesn't make sense.
Not made very well, according to you.
In terms of production, it's spectacular. Like it's great. Storyline, I think there's potential, but in how it was actually told, it was horrible. It was just, and then they had money to get an actual police car, right? Like, and then the guy is driving in an actual police car, and then in the next scene, it's just a random van, like. And it's so bad, like the green screen of like back in the day when they're like, that's what you see as well.
It's bad.
It's that bad. He's driving like this Ferrari, and he's like, and you can see it's bad, like
they used to do in the soap operas, where you just see the same scenery going round and round
like drinking
on a conveyor belt. Yeah.
It's just, and then the worst part. Let me tell you the end, because I'm not giving away any spoilers, but I think people need to know why you should not watch this. It's all based around like rising up and like beating all the odds. And so this soccer team makes it to play with this other big team.
What's the movie called? You're killing us here.
And then like we at the moment, like, do they win? Do they not win? Does the movie not end?
You're joking.
I'm so mad.
What a terrible storyline if they don't ever give you resolution on the team winning or not. I mean, it seems like the most obvious way for it to wrap up.
Movie was this build up, this moment, right?
Oh
I'm so mad.
What is it?
And now it's called The Queenstown Kings.
Oh
that is the movie. Do not watch it.
I've never heard of this.
Like, don't do it to yourself. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I love SA Productions, but I think they got this one absolutely wrong. So yeah, that is one of those.
That doesn't sound like a good Christmas movie. There are others that are much better. So are you going to watch Home Alone with the Gran again?
Of course. We watched it on Christmas Day.
There we go. Gotta do that.
And she knows all of them. Like so all I have to do is play the first one, and she's done. She knows it word by word. She knows the scenes.
Oh, really?
And she knows like when it ends. And she's like, the next one. We need to see the next one.
Yes, because there's Home Alone 2 where they go to New York.
Yes, she knows it very well. She even tells you, like, she can't say it's New York, but she's like, no, they're in a different place now. It's a different place. And then she's like, yeah, and he fights the 2 guys. And it's like, she knows the movie.
She knows the movie.
Yes.
That's very cool. All right, I like it. Other little Christmas things that you do that are traditions for you? Tell us what they are. I'm curious to hear what your family might do. Things
we don't have
things
much.
that you get up to. It might be the food, it might be the movies, it might be just chilling with a watermelon. Some people love this time of year. There's watermelon everywhere, right?
I love watermelon.
Oh man, who doesn't?
I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna be spending with my sister Christmas, and my sister's in the habit of like Christmas gifts, right?
Oh,
So it's kind of like a fairlish new tradition because it's like 3 years old now. And this year, I decided to do one better because she's like, oh, I send you a Christmas list. I was like, here's a link.
you have a link to what?
My Christmas wish list.
Oh, Jesus. This is what you've been doing with us for years.
But now I've
You've digitized the whole thing.
And I was like,
so people can go on there and like a gift registry.
Yes. And you can see
what
how
does
much
Simphiwe need?
Like, and it's not that bad. I can tell you what's on that list.
Yes,
because-
now we all need to hear.
Yes, of course, because I think it's not that bad.
All right.
And I think it's very obviously there's a lot of tech.
Let's see how much expensive stuff is on Simphiwe's list.
I can tell you now there's a lot
Go
of tech, right? I have, and you can guess how much this is, right? And I'll
Okay.
tell you if
All
you're
right.
right or not.
Okay.
I asked for video and photography LED lights.
Could be expensive, might not be, depending.
It's like 700 Rand. That's not expensive.
Mm.
I asked for a book. There's a specific book, Diary of a CEO,
Okay, good book.
right?
Right.
Asked for a smartwatch. There's a deal on this smartwatch with the earpods. There's a nice special. on
So
that.
there's a special, but I'm still thinking this is in the thousands. That would
Couple
be,
of thousands.
that would be expensive.
That is the expensive item. There's
Okay.
a vlogging kit. I think that's a couple of hundreds. Oh, and then an instant camera. That's in the early thousands.
Well,
Mhm.
like one of those ones that prints the photograph there and then.
Yeah.
What do you want that for? You've got digital cameras,
It's just
so you can have little things to pin on your wall.
yes, and then like I start a scrapbook. See, I have a vision, guys.
All right, all right.
I have a vision.
Yeah. Max Sony says, "Why you never give me?" That's you.
It's giving Zimbabwe.
Yes.
eh?
All right,
It's
go on.
giving very much Zimbabwe. And then like the it would be nice because I'd like another one, a drone.
Good Lord, Simphiwe. That's like- I don't even have one of these things on my list, and I should.
And then I'm obsessed, and this is because of TikTok. These miniature mics, they're like this big, and then people just like.
What is it for? Like ASMR or something?
Yes.
Oh my. Please don't launch your own ASMR channel in the new year. That'll
You
be
never know.
terrible.
You could start now, Gareth. What do you think of
Vyasan says, I win. Simphiwe's list is jamming my internet. Wow. I love, but I mean, if you don't ask, you don't get. So
Well, she also sent me her list, and in fact, I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm on board with this."
is
Like,
her list more expensive than your list?
no, it's for my niece, so she can never
Oh,
be
so-
expensive.
Oh, so it's not even for her, but yours is totally for you.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and then she's like, "Well," and it was so funny because I sent my list. Well, I sent my link, and she was like, "Oh yes, here you go, boom." It's like, I like this. This is the kind of energy I like.
Mac also wants to know, is your sister-in-law, to me, still trying to force her menu this Christmas? Well, we had a conversation about that last night, and she's decided instead of chicken, she's going to bring steak.
Bible.
That's not Christmas.
We
What do
can
you
eat-
say?
No,
What do you say?
no, I don't. Like, no, we can have steak on any
No.
other day. We can buy it.
Yes, exactly.
No, we have to. It's Christmas.
I think we must boycott it. So everyone will just leave it alone.
You know, I will always stand by this. Christmas is not the time to experiment with the meals. I think you can always
Yes.
do better. So you can always improve, like, the current meals that we're
yeah,
always
sure.
done. But you don't experiment. Like, you can't bring steak.
I'm with you. And also, Christmas dinner on the 24th for me, it's cold stuff mostly.
Yes.
Right? You don't do hot food.
Mm-mm.
I don't want cold steak.
And people also don't like their steaks the same. So, like,
Mm-mm.
are you
So-
going to
well,
cater to everybody else?
Yes, so
Like-
right. And also, look, I don't mind, for example, we don't really do turkey in South Africa, even though a lot of people do. They
Mhm.
try. It's not as good as chicken. Just do 2 chickens instead of 1 turkey.
I mean,
Right?
like, you see the turkey thing, it's like, oh, that's great
Yeah.
as an add-on.
Yeah.
It's not a must on the lunch menu for
Mm.
Christmas. It's not. But chicken is, and it's the full roast chicken that was in the oven for like 4 hours, and you can smell it when you walk into the house, and
Yes, I like that. That makes
Ooh.
it Christmassy.
you're like, mm.
Yes, exactly. There's something about those Christmas smells, which is why, I mean, I'm not a big fan of gammon or ham. I don't love that. But at Christmas, it's an exception to
Like
the
you
rule.
can just smell it as you walk in, and you're like, yes, I'm
Yes.
home, and we're gonna have
Right.
Christmas lunch. And then there's always that one dish that takes longer than everything else. So you're like, everything is
Mhm.
prepared, and then you're like waiting for that one dish, and you're like, but we're hungry. The food smells good. Everything is laid out on the table.
So
um,
what we'll do is she can bring that stuff, but we'll do chicken anyway. That's what I think.
And then it's worse when people don't eat it. Okay,
Well,
but there's leftovers.
there's
you know,
leftovers.
Boxing
And the
Day.
leftovers last for days.
Yeah,
after
Boxing
Christmas.
Day. That's fine. Have
Uh,
you guys bought the biscuits, the Christmas biscuits yet? Or
Oh yeah, no, we've got a tub
Oh.
of those. At home. But also, my mum makes these mince pies, which are not the big fat ones, but the thin ones with the icing sugar
home
on the top.
baked mince pies
It's the
are
way.
the best.
the way.
Like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
now I'm getting hungry. Thank you so much.
So Sanella says there's one tradition that he takes part in. Netflix has an ongoing series they do yearly. It's about 3 years now, called How to Ruin Christmas.
But they don't have a new one. That's why I was on Netflix.
Oh,
Like they don't. They have
that's what I thought you were talking about when you.
How to Ruin. You see, How to Ruin Christmas is absolutely brilliant. I love it, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the 2023 one. It's not there, but we can ask Trevor because he was part of that.
So our special guest for the morning is none other than Trevor Gumbi, who you may have seen advertised on the social media, as well as Lasizwe, who's going to be returning triumphantly to the show after also having he's had a great year.
Oh, he's gone on so many celebrity dates.
Sure. So we'll talk to Lasizwe and Trevor in a little while. That's going to be very cool. And we're going to find out what they've both been up to and what they've got planned for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody here says, I think it was Donna, she said, think of those of us who are going to be away from Christmas or with family, away from family for Christmas, going to be quiet with a few work colleagues. I saw so many, and yes, of course, we're thinking about those people too, Donna, so I'm glad that you brought it up.
Yes.
But I saw so many funny memes of people having Christmas parties, but people who work from home and don't really have colleagues, you know? Like they don't have, and it's just them with a Christmas hat on and like a glass of wine or something and like a streamer. Like some tinsel wrapped around their neck or something.
And it's just like breaking their own crackers.
Yeah, so that for people who work on their own too, there wasn't much of a Christmas party.
Oh, no.
And then some people saying you have to have stuffing, roast chicken, says Rosalind. Yeah, you see, like for me, that's tradition too. OBY says Karoo lamb, very hard to beat, scarce, but some butchers will still have stock.
Okay.
Chicken is a must. We do spatchcock chicken, says Sive, but it's chicken. No, that sounds good.
Ooh.
That actually sounds very good. I thought you stuff a chicken into a duck and stuff that duck into a turkey and then roast it. That's called turducken. But I don't know if you need all that.
Yeah, like, no.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Too much. You need to prepare that like days before.
Cut the steak into strips and stuff it into the chicken. You people you're rough.
Yeah, the steak is a new one. I don't know where she got that idea from. It's a no from everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently the lead actor from How to Ruin Christmas died, and that's why they stopped it.
Okay, you see, makes sense. But it was a great production.
Yeah,
Absolutely
very cool.
brilliant production.
And this year you have your Christmas rather. It's
I saw the trailer. I wasn't moved to watch it. But I think it's also because How to Ruin Christmas is just up there. And I was looking for that. And then I was like, oh, let's watch something else. But I'll give it a watch.
Max Sony says, what's the best way to deal with this family shit this Christmas? Stay drunk. Well, there's always someone in the family who does. You're like, get a bit drunk.
In my
What, go on.
now. The black sheep of the family
Mm.
is actually the one who's just spitting the truth. Like they're a straight shooter most of the time. That's what I've learned now. That actually the black sheep of the family is the one who doesn't want to have family secrets, is the one who's calling everybody out, and nobody likes that.
Even Sivan Gessi's on that show, according to Mapelo.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Very good. Camel turducken is the largest dish in the world, but stuffing one meat inside another is a legendary technique used from the deserts of Arabia to the coasts of Malabar. Wow, David, that's some pretty interesting info. I just think that there's this obsession with trying to fit 7,000 different kinds of meat into one package. It's a bit greedy, if you ask me.
It sounds like a Come Dine With Me episode.
Yeah.
And then
those are always a mess.
And then they're like, oh, I learned this, when I went traveling. And
no, I don't like it.
No.
Dad says I'm going to cry. I'm going to be having pizza and beer for Christmas with work colleagues.
Don't cry.
Well, that's depressing.
Just a good
pizza
beer,
and beer.
though.
Okay, so Mel says her husband brought a turducken home. We ate for 6 months on it. Jesus. Don't know how you kept that going for 6 months, but all right. Rebellious Ruth says, yum, Dave, love chicken stuffing and Yorkshire pudding and gravy.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yorkshire pudding, I'm not a fan of.
No, me neither.
So,
So you see all these people with their traditions.
Ruth.
Hey, whatever your tradition is, that's absolutely fine. You go with it.
Okay.
Leaning towards the that because they came out unscathed. Oh, okay. I don't know what that's about. The abusive one just wants to be loved. Buy them the best and biggest present. That's the person who you were saying is the black sheep of the family. I don't know if you want to reward the black sheepness.
What I'm saying is that's like, as I've gotten older, I understand now. I'm not saying that it's right. Sometimes you do need to keep things hush hush.
Right.
You know, like I do think there's a time and place for everything. I just understand why they're the black sheep of the family. It's usually not because of just the drinking. It's what they say when they drunk.
I'm with you. All right, we've got to take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the last hour of the last show of 2023 with special guests Lasizwe and Trevor Gumbi. All of that coming up in the next little while. Stick around, cliffcentral.com.
Every time you listen to that 80s show, Tom Cruise lives another 10 years. Every Friday on cliffcentral.com, Paolo and Dory review movies, reminisce about old songs, remember childhood places that are now car parks, and say some outrageously rude things about Patrick Swayze's brother. That 80s show, new episode every Friday, live or as a podcast on cliffcentral.com.
Hey, this is Macy Gray. You are listening to Celeb Savant with Barrett Edelstein.
Louise Carver.
Thank you for having me. It's lovely.
Bars and Melody.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. Some really good questions. Usually they're boring.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Usually interviews are boring. This one got me going.
Perez Hilton.
They would call me Web Celeb, which I actually want that to make a comeback. I think that's cute. Web Celeb.
Hey, Barrett Edelstein here, host of the Celeb Savant podcast. You can find it every Friday morning at 9 o'clock, only on cliffcentral.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Are back and we are live. cliffcentral.com on a Friday morning, the 22nd of December. And December is definitely the way we pronounce it here now, because even if you are one of those people who's working, you've got that feeling.
Yes, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world, so you are welcome to have a very cold drink, okay?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
In fact, you can open one
Do
now.
whatever you want. And we're not enablers, Trevor Gumbi.
You guys are. You're a bunch of enablers.
You guys are doing the show.
Carry on with your
taking a
selfie. Yeah. You're addicted to selfies now. All you've done is swap one addiction for another.
Oh, true.
Yes. Look at you.
I'm sitting with two black sheep of two different families. Yeah, talking about.
You are the black sheep of your family.
It's not even 8 a.m. and you guys are like, yeah, have a drink.
Listen.
I mean, it's
Oh, there's a nice selfie, so he's got it there.
Awesome.
Are you the black sheep of your family?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, not because I was adopted by white people, but like the real black sheep. No.
But I think things are changing. I think things are changing because of my prim and proper siblings having kids who turned out to be fuck-ups now. So,
and your kids are fine.
yeah, my kids are perfect. It's like,
and they all gave you shit. They were like, "Oh, Trevor's going to raise some nasty psychopath." Meanwhile, you have beautiful children,
exactly,
who are the apple of their parents' eyes.
Yeah,
they turn out to be really well-adjusted, perfectly normal kids. But you say your siblings' kids are disasters.
yeah. All the things I did, it's like now they are pervy on a different level. Like I used to hide Scope and Hustler magazines under my bed. These kids are jerking off to Lilette's tampon instructions. You know the instruction leaflet? I found my little nephew with it out. I'm like, what are you doing?
How old are we talking?
9.
No, oh my God.
9. They start early. It's in the eggs.
It's unbelievable.
It's in the eggs we eat.
Yes, sis.
Yeah.
So what are you doing for Christmas? Got plans?
Romania.
What? You remain here. Yeah, not Simphiwe was like, "Ooh, that sounds exotic."
Wait, you're traveling where?
Yeah, my pool guy Ryan, he said that to me yesterday because my pump missed out, and so I had to call him in.
I love the way he has a pool guy.
Like he's like so.
I'm
cool.
deep in the suburbs.
But hang on, Ryan. That's not our producer, Ryan, who's moonlighting.
From the West
as
End, who will ask you how many TVs you have?
Ryan, are you moonlighting as a pool guy?
Yeah.
The side hustle.
Is this what you're doing? Hello, Lasizwe. How are you? Grab a seat. You're not doing this pool stuff on the side, are you? Just talking to here, Ryan. No? Are you doing another job and you haven't told us?
No.
Okay.
Why? What's going on?
No, we're talking about
checking.
my pool guy.
In a West Rand van or something.
No, he has a pool guy and his name is Ryan.
Oh wow, your pool guy's name is Ryan.
Yeah.
You live in.
He's also a ginger. There's ginger flakes in my pool that he had to scoop up.
Lasizwe, nice to see you. And happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas, happy festive, happy Hanukkah.
Very good.
Happy
everything.
Yes.
You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Try. Thank you.
Yeah. Smell great too.
Only guy who dresses up for our early morning shows, which I really appreciate.
Excuse me.
You didn't
You're in
dress up.
shorts, okay?
Yeah, you're in
like
shorts.
The skin is
summer.
not moisturized.
I did notice.
Like you are sweating. You're just out here with your tattoos. Like,
I did notice. No, I did notice that Trevor put on some cologne this morning. You smell good.
yeah, like
did.
you know,
Got
but
that going.
Lasizwe still beats you and everything else.
The secret to
Just arrived, okay?
Yeah, but Lasizwe, this is his thing. It's not Trevor's thing. What do you think when people go to see a Trevor Gumbi stand-up show? They're like, "Oh, but he looks so great and he smells so great." Said no one ever, right?
Nobody knows what a selfish lover Lasizwe is.
Why do you say that?
He will never give a reach around ever. All the times that it's been mentioned in our WhatsApp group, Lasizwe doesn't give reach arounds.
There we go. Are you on a WhatsApp group with Lasizwe?
No, I'm on a WhatsApp group about Lasizwe.
Oh. Wow, Lasizwe. Now you know you're famous.
Oh my!
Right? That's real fame.
I'm literally trying to catch up. I'm like, what's
Oh no, we've just begun.
What are you doing for Christmas? Are you going to be with family?
No, so I'm gonna spend Christmas with myself this year.
All on your own?
All on my own.
What do you
Like, I've
do
got
to
a whole-
treat yourself?
So I've got a whole itinerary prepared from just the menu, the movies I'm gonna watch, like the whole day. I'm gonna keep myself entertained because like I want to I want to try something different. You know, I want to see if like, is it a regular day? Is it a day that?
So for someone who's been on like all these dates and you've been trying to find love,
Can I just
you're
say,
going to spend
Lasizwe?
Christmas on your own. I thought the whole point was to find someone by now that you could spend Christmas with.
No, but I think the problem is with society is that we're so governed to be with like other people. And for a second, just spend time with yourself. And that's my angle around it. I'm just like, you know what? I just want to spend time on my own. Like, look at Trevor. It's just like,
When
whoa.
Gumbi spends time with himself, there's all kinds of other reasons for that,
Yeah.
right?
I'm alone in my masturbatorium. Just Lasizwe, tell the truth, shame the devil. Okay, you're alone because you're the black sheep.
Not really. I think I'm alone
And
because
it's a big thing to be a black sheep in your
but, like,
family.
no, but it's like, you know what? A black sheep is like, for a lack of a better word, I think I'm just content with myself. I'm content with
I'm not criticizing it.
Yeah,
Unlike
no, I'm
Trevor
saying I'm
Gumbi.
just
No. So
elaborating.
I'll say this, Lasizwe, if you can if you have the strength of character and you have the ability to be on your own at this time of year, nothing can defeat you.
Thank you.
Really, because there are a lot of people who struggle at this time of year. Their worst fear is to be alone for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I've spent every single Christmas since I can remember at home. I'm never away for Christmas. It's very important for me. I love being with family. I see my friends as well. But if you can do this on your own, it's like a test of character, I think.
Thank you.
What are you going to make? What's the menu?
On the menu, I'm going to do a bit of grilled chicken, and then I'm going to do a bit of prawns. And
For you.
Just for me. I was watching a lot of Come Dining with Me, so I took a little bit of notes there and there,
Simphiwe's favorite show.
So I am a little bit well equipped, and I'm going to be making marble from scratch.
Oh, I've done it before. It's not as easy.
It's not as easy as it looks, right? So I have my backup plans, but everything that I'm going to do on Christmas is going to be from scratch, because
this does sound like a Come Down With Me episode.
Right? So that's what's going to be happening in my mind. It's just like, I've got a whole itinerary.
Right, so the food is a very important thing. Have you bought some gifts for yourself?
Yes, I have.
Since no one else is giving you gifts,
Yeah.
so you
No.
do you
People
even
did give
wrap?
me
Do you
gifts.
even wrap them?
100%. I wrap them, and listen, it's going to be a whole experience for me.
Could be you just shaking your head.
It's just like,
it's sad.
no way.
These are the tears of a clown, and you guys are promoting it. This man is sad and needs help. You need a hug.
No, that's the thing. It's like, people like, you need help. Not even, hey? Like, at this point, I swear, it's so easy to be.
You've got a whole menu set up. I've cooked for myself before.
Yeah.
And I'm full by the time I've dished up.
Well,
it's a horrible experience.
No, because you keep eating.
Well, you've got to taste if it's right.
No, but there's a recipe. Like that, it's a surprise. Why are you eating while you're cooking? Don't do that. You must just cook, and then you must hope for the best.
And the sad part is, why did you wrap your gifts? You know what you got.
Yes, but that's the experience. Guys, don't you want, when I go live on Instagram with part of my itinerary, that
See, the key here is he's going to go live on Instagram, so all the other lonely people can watch him and feel worse. This is like a jealousy creation, content creation platform.
You really feel like, who did Christmas better alone?
Right.
Terrible.
And he's going to win.
Yeah.
He's going to win.
Let's not make it about me now.
It is about you. We like this. All right. So, by the way, how have all these dates gone this year? Has it been successful? Have you enjoyed it? Have you met any people who you think you want to have a second or third one with?
Sure, that's a very good question. I have had my best dates and my worst dates, and so far the experience has been quite phenomenal, because the purpose of the show is to humanize celebrities, actually.
Or humiliate.
No. And I think the biggest thing about public figures in South Africa is that people have this perception about them that they're not human or unattainable. So the show kind of gives you that you have a favorite color, you've got pet peeves, you got things that you like about someone and you don't like. And in that aspect, we kind of see you in a different light.
I see you never ending up with a celebrity. I see you ending up with someone who comes from very humble beginnings, who's a real decent, thorough, lovely person, not one of these celebrities who's always looking for attention. I think that's the opposite of what you need.
Thank you.
You're going to find someone. You're going to find someone real, and they're going to bring out the best in you, and you're going to bring out the best in them.
Yeah.
Someone real. You guys manifesting my life.
Someone real and exotic.
No.
Exotic.
Yeah. Somebody like from the Czech Republic. Who,
my God.
With a slight hunchback.
What's a language barrier? Like, now we're at a family function, and everyone's speaking their native language, and then I'm here translating for him.
Piotr is like, I don't understand.
What is this? I'm like, this is tribe, babe. And it's just like,
Yeah.
Mohodu
no.
and Amaguinha.
Amaguinha, yes.
And you're gonna have to explain this to the
it's
Czech
pancakes.
indoors.
It's pancakes, so donuts.
And they can eat anything because of Chernobyl.
Hey, Chernobyl's in Ukraine.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, man.
Trevor, please stop.
Technically, and they've got lots of problems. Let's not bring in
do they?
international.
No,
we won't
What?
bring in the international.
No.
Let's bring in some politics though, because this is kind of a fun thing we've got today. We've got some crackers.
Okay.
Okay, so
White people, crackers.
Yes, it's so Christmassy.
You know, like crackers.
Okay, so let me tell you what's happening here. So there's this new they made a big noise about this. They launched with a guy called Roger Jardine. Did you see this in the news?
No.
This guy's got Change Starts Now is what the party's called.
Okay.
Change Starts Now. They've sent us a box of these Christmas crackers, and these are Christmas crackers with a difference. So it says here on the box, maybe it's time to talk politics at the dinner table. People tell you not to do that, but we're going to do it. So,
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
pick a cracker. There
Oh
we go.
no.
You're going to pull the cracker where you see what you end up
I'm
with.
used to a lot of cracks,
This is
so
Oh.
This is where you go first. You can pick
why?
one.
Why do you want me?
Just pull one out of there. Open it with
You're
Trevor.
doing like a nice unboxing for
Yeah,
us,
he's doing a whole
I know.
You like to-
She's very content creator, right? But they do it with one hand.
Yes, they do, because the other one is recording.
Another one's recording. Guys, I've been doing this for like a good 6-7 years. You know, when
Wow.
you're pioneering the space, you know,
Yeah, you have
There
to.
we
you
go.
have to know. You don't need to do it with
And then
your
you need
eyes
to show the
closed.
box.
And
then
the
you need to
unbox
show
that
the-
we-
There we go.
So that doesn't that look great?
And then you do this, you know, just
Okay,
to
very
feel
good.
texture. ASMR.
Drum roll.
We need some
No,
ASMR.
ASMR. You know,
Yes.
just to feel the
And
pop.
then the voice
Very good.
drops a bit.
Ubani?
ASMR.
Ladies
Okay.
and ma.
So it says on here, pop these crackers, get chatting, and let's turn things around in
I'm
2024.
so nervous.
So I don't know anything about
anything
these guys
political makes me nervous.
at
I'm
Change
like,
Starts
oh my
Now. I don't
God.
know much about them. Do you know anything about them, Simphiwe?
No, but I do know there's like a question, a gift in there. And Lasizwe's like, I'm passing it around.
You
And
have
that's
one?
basically
I'll take one,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Can I open one first?
Okay,
You
let
go
me
ahead.
pass-
Wait.
You pass me one.
Oh,
Trevor,
okay,
Trevor Gumbi, you do this first. Do you
let me
want?
take the pink one. It's what, like it's so.
Of course, you're going to take the pink one.
Yes, everything of mine is soft, guys.
No, I'll go with green because my dress is green.
All right, very good. Very good. Okay, and then we've got one left over, which we can just two actually left
Yeah.
over we can get to just now.
Okay.
Ryan, you want to come in here and pull one of these crackers?
Come in, yeah.
All right. So who's going first? Gumbi,
Yeah,
you
here
go.
you go.
Okay, so
Okay.
Trevor Gumbi and Lasizwe are going to pull the first cracker.
Yay!
Okay, what do we got
Okay,
there?
Did you hear the spark?
I did.
Yeah.
We did hear it. We heard it. Let's go.
Oh, okay. There's a
Very
pen and a little Digoloshe pouch in here. Right, change starts now. Start by chatting, change with your loved ones, and let's turn things around in 2024.
And then what does it say on the back?
Conversation starter. This is now for the dinner table. Guys.
Okay, very good.
Do you believe we can work together to make South Africa a better place?
Answer.
What do you say?
I think yes, because that's the only way
have
that you can make it a better place.
Like that?
You can't do it alone. You're not Buddha, where it's like, oh, change starts with me. No,
We got to do things together.
it takes a village.
Yes.
I think that's a very good question. If you don't bring it up at the dinner table, it's because you're scared.
Mm.
Let's go.
Am
Let's do this.
am
Let's
I
go.
answering?
He's got all the luck. He's getting all the stuff out of the crackers.
Oh, no,
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. What do you got?
Okay, conversation starter. Yo, Sana, why would they ask me this question?
Go on.
It's the gift as well. Oh, is it a pen?
It's just the pen.
Okay.
What would your town look like if everything worked? Oh my god.
Well, we're in Johannesburg. If everything worked here, this place would be paradise.
Oh my lord. Actually, like
Right.
Joburg, it's just Santon alone, like I think would be so futuristic. Would be like competing with the Dubai.
But you can see like some parts of it that do work. And you think if this could happen everywhere,
I mean, it is the richest square mile in Africa. So it's already telling you that we're a step ahead. But I think it could just be like.
I had that conversation with some Cape Townians this week because I was there for 2-3 days, and things do work better there. But actually, they don't have. This is mean, and maybe a lot of Cape Townians are going to be upset with me. If you had Joburg people in a city that really worked, we would be unstoppable. Because Cape Townians are mostly lazy, and if their city works, they get a lot done.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
I think we would have the best possible place to live. It's already got the best weather. We've got loads of opportunities here. That's why people come to Johannesburg. If we had great water, electricity, infrastructure, the roads weren't full of potholes, this place would be heaven.
Yeah, and if everything worked, there wouldn't be so much crime. Because I don't think I don't think criminals do it for the love of it. I think they do it out of necessity, right?
That's exactly right.
So we wouldn't have the millionaires that we have. We wouldn't have people who install electric fences being so rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we would have picket fences and not electric fences.
We would look like in the Home Alone movie.
Oh,
Exactly.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see where go. You can do that one with Trevor.
Wait, guys, I just figured out why we have the Digoloshe pouch and
Why?
the
Why?
little pen. Because these are conversation starters. So you ask a question and then you write down your answer and you put it back all in the same pouch.
Oh.
And then somebody
Well,
pulls that out.
You know what they say about like if you write your goals and your thoughts down, they become reality.
Yes.
This is a way to do things.
Oh
All
my
right, let's go. The pink one. Let's see. Ah, nice one, Gumbi.
Oh, it's just me again.
That's you again. Let's see what you got here as a conversation starter.
They're doing this because they secretly can't read.
I like the way Trevor opens up the little pouch anyway, just to make sure that
Make
it's
sure
like
something.
a diamond or
You
something.
never know, guys.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
I watched Blood Diamond again, and Leonardo DiCaprio drops a K word in there. I know. I
You'd
think
never be able to make that movie today.
I think he does it on purpose in every movie. Remember Django. Anyway, are you open to the idea of voting for a new government in 2024?
Yes.
Well, we know Simphiwe's strong feelings about this are she feels so strongly about this that she's already suggested the only way that we will be able to change the country is if she can lock her gran away on voting day.
But wait, I want to ask a question, right? Regarding
It
that.
works. It's a great strat.
But doesn't like if our grands don't vote or etc. or people don't vote that voted previously, doesn't the votes default and go to the ruling party?
No, it means less of them will go to them. But
is it?
But this, I mean, listen, there's got to be a better way than locking the poor old woman away.
It's because I already know where her vote is
stealing
going.
her ID.
Yeah, stealing her ID and hiding it away somewhere.
I just don't tell her when voting day is.
Okay, so you guys.
That's all. Like,
so-
she doesn't need to know the day.
So you guys are saying for a better government and a new government.
Be undemocratic.
Yeah, and
okay.
steal the elderly's identity.
Guys, let me defend myself.
You want to start
here.
with crime.
No, I'm not starting with crime, okay? It's not crime. All I'm saying is I know her vote and she's not going to change. You know, I've tried being like, Granny,
Teaching
let's
her,
go.
yeah.
You know, and she's like, no, Mdanam. So I'm like, okay, so if you're not willing to change, I'm willing to try a new strat. I'm just not going to tell you when voting day is.
I mean,
There's got to be a better way.
I think you know. Yo.
Come on, Lasizwe, say what's on your mind. I think you know what? I've always said that people must vote for whoever the hell they want.
Yes.
As long, and you can keep it secret if you want to, but I also don't think there's anything wrong with telling people who you voted for. Got to be proud of that.
I know, but it's just also like, you know, as a country, we're just so tired. You know,
we are tired.
We are just so tired, and it's just like, when will it all end?
Well,
you know,
I think instead of locking your gran away or stealing her ID, Simphiwe, I'm talking to you. I think you use the Christmas time to talk about these things. You're like, gran, you know, we could have things work around us. I mean, you guys were even robbed earlier this year.
Yes, but
sorry.
she doesn't blame the government. She's just like, oh,
Yeah, but
it's so
how
sad.
helpful were the police?
Oh, they weren't. Like, let me tell you, we just
Right.
got. I mean, the forensic guys came like 3 days later. It was absolutely nonsense.
So that's partly government. If they work properly, you know, you might have been able to get some stuff back. You might have known who it was in the neighborhood who did this. Because it was
everyone
someone
okay?
nearby.
Yeah, everyone's fine. But I think my gran has already made up her mind. She knows who she's going for, and that's the, you know. And I think for me, it's like I've tried.
Now you're gonna try something else.
I'm not, but also I'm very like open to like my peers going out and voting. So like I'm like, guys, you guys go out and vote. I don't know who you're voting for. Go out and vote. Do the thing. I just know that her vote is going to go somewhere where I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with.
Is this your paternal or maternal gran?
Paternal.
Paternal. How
Yes.
many kids does she have?
2.
2 kids. How far apart in age are they?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not too sure because
Doing
they both passed on.
Analysis.
They both passed on.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Birthdays?
Why are you asking all of this?
I'm trying to see how set in her ways her gran really is. Like,
No, like she's
did she
she's
have
80.
sex once every 4 years? were her parents' siblings all conceived doggy style? Like how?
How would I know that?
I don't know. I just want to know like how certain because she could change.
On this note, let's try Simphiwe's
Yeah,
crack.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like, it's like,
Okay.
Okay, what do we got, Simphiwe?
Drum roll. Oh, okay, cool. Is it too late to change the course of our politicians?
It's got to be. There's still time.
of course, what does that mean?
I think how they move. I think how they do things. I think with corruption, we can definitely change that.
You could see already things are changing. Just this last week, we were talking about how Mavuso Msimang resigned and went back in under pressure.
I saw that.
We saw Thabo Mbeki saying very openly that he thinks that there are criminals that need to be rooted out. We see Jacob Zuma coming and starting a new party or saying he's going to vote for a new party. So yes, it's always time for change.
I need to understand this question properly. Is
Go
it
on.
too late to change the course of our politics?
What is the course?
Oh,
Course is
the course,
how?
the direction, the way it's going.
Oh,
Yes, I think there is.
like, but where would we seek inspiration from the world? Do you guys know any other countries that like?
I mean, there's Musi Maimani. It's not necessarily a party,
There
but
are all
how
these-
he wants
There are all
the
these little
government.
parties. I
to
would
be
say,
run.
I'd say also that we've got the Songes or Zibis, and look, these are not big parties, but these are people who are making a difference. And you know what I appreciate? What I appreciate about them, we'll get to your question now, is that these guys are standing for something. They're not just waiting for someone else to do it
Yes.
for them. So even if you don't love, let's say, Herman Mashaba,
Shaba.
or if you don't think that Gayton McKenzie is the right guy, but at least they are standing for something.
So
I don't
my
mind if they get one vote. At least they're doing something.
Yes.
So my question is, because I think I'm representing the youth, you know.
Sure.
Nice way to call us all old.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You know,
Lasizwe.
so like I know because I'm on the platforms, and a lot of frequent questions that are being asked is, who do we vote for, guys? Like, you know, because there's so many parties that are now coming up, and there's so many like different, what is this, the mandates, what's
Manifestos.
the manifestos and stuff, you know, and they all sound a little bit similar, you know. Even a site I did a test the other day where it asks you a few questions of like, what do you want to see happen in the country? You know, do you want this? Do you want that? And then it kind of gives you an idea of who you should vote for. So in that aspect, like, as older people, how would you guys like recommend? What would you say? What would you do? How would you recommend the youth to go about in choosing who to vote for?
I think the youth stands in better stead than what we stood in. You guys weren't born into apartheid, so you guys are born free. Born free.
You have an
right?
advantage.
So you need to vote alongside what speaks to you. We're no longer voting for freedom anymore. You know, that time is gone. Now you've got to be selfish and be like, I want a country like A, B, and C.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I hear
it's
you.
up to you. It's your choice. We are not united in fighting one regime anymore. Do you understand what I mean?
I hear you, but I don't hear you because like the reason why is that people that are born free, let me use that terminology, we're like, great, we're born free, but like, what do we do? You know, because everyone from your era keeps referring back to like apartheid and all of that stuff.
Okay, so I can maybe throw in something useful that we've been doing. We started a new show just recently. In fact, they did a couple of broadcasts from Union Buildings and from Soweto over the last weekend, the long weekend. And it's called VVIP, Voters' Voices in Politics. And these guys are going out and asking people. Plus, they're going to be talking to all the political leaders and answering those questions that you want the answers to. What do you guys stand for? Why should I care about you? What can you do for the country? What can you do for all of us? What can you do for me? And we're going to try to get that information going next year because people need to be informed, right? And I think a big part of the problem, I love what Trevor's saying here because you do have the advantage of not being tied down by all the historical stuff, right? Anyone born after 94 is a different sort of mindset to people who were born before and experienced the old South Africa. And the new South Africa is full of opportunities and possibilities, but we've got to decide what we want. What do we care about? How do you want, like the stuff we've been talking about now? What do we stand for? What do we care about? What do we want? What sort of city do we want to live in?
Yeah,
These are the
earlier
questions.
you said it will be full of technology in Sandton and stuff like that. I can't even envision that. All I know is what. Yeah, all I know is what I. All I know is what I don't want.
Yes.
I don't want to see politicians in blue lights with their Bentleys on their way to. On the way to make a grand opening of a tap in a rural area.
It's like 10 billion.
Yeah.
Why would a tap be 10 billion, dude?
Yeah.
Hectic. Okay.
All right. So go and take a look, because if you haven't had a chance to find out, I haven't, about this new party, Change Starts Now. You can go and find out from the questions that we've been asking ourselves and having a conversation about this morning. changestartsnow.org.za. Go and check them out. They've got Roger Jardine, we spoke about earlier. This guy called Murphy Morobe, who you may know as well. There are a whole lot of people here who could be very interesting in the future of South Africa. And everybody likes something new. And I encourage you to go and look at these guys, like we've mentioned all the others.
Yes.
Herman, Gayton, Songezo, and then the ones that we know from before,
Yeah.
A
Cyril.
black man named Murphy was definitely born in apartheid. Murphy.
Doesn't
Do
mean
you have
he,
an English name?
doesn't mean he can't bring change.
Lasizwe just
Trevor.
asked
Right?
Trevor
Trevor.
Gumbi if he has an English
Trevor.
name. Is it because the way I say my name?
Trevor.
Not Trevor. Stupid.
All right, lovely. So we've still got one of these.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got two.
I have.
we got two more to go. Okay,
Oh,
let's
we
go.
have two.
Let's
Oh,
see.
Yeah.
okay. So it says, do you believe that all South Africans deserve to be treated with dignity? I think so. Like, everyone needs to be treated with dignity. Like, I think that's a very good question, but like very simple answer, because like everybody needs to be treated with dignity. That's how
I think it's spot on. But do you think we have been treated with dignity by
hell
the leadership we've got now?
Well,
No, because they
No.
definitely don't care about it. If they're not even providing us with power and water.
And
like
just
basic
looting the
services.
money.
Looting the money.
this country just needs, a little bit of like, just guys, we just need to love each other,
And some accountability.
And some prison.
Some jail time for
Yes.
thieves. That's what we need,
What do
and
you
we'll
think?
be okay.
Gumbi,
Hmm?
Are you
Dignity.
Are you thinking about it?
Yeah. Dignity is good, just not for the gingers. I'm joking. You know what? You can only give dignity if you are dignified yourself. And if you're dignified yourself, you wouldn't eat while your neighbor's starving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I like
We
that.
just need fair people.
Very good.
No one's saying don't earn a salary and don't earn a good salary. We all work in the corporate world where our CEOs earn the most, but we are also rewarded quite handsomely in our jobs, right? So no one's saying, no, they mustn't earn so much. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying pay people and create jobs, and then that is dignity.
And like a lot of this stuff, people are very industrious. They want to hustle. They want to get out there and make things happen. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what I do. That's what Simphiwe does. But also sometimes like government can get out of the way.
Yeah.
How hard is it to start a business? Make it as tough as possible.
Make it
For no good reason, right? They do. They make
the
it.
red tape and stuff.
Yeah, red tape, bureaucracy, having to fill in forms. Anything you do, you have to do 1,000 different
And then
kinds of paperwork,
the line,
right?
System of line.
Yeah. So let's get all of that working.
Yes.
All right. Last thought then on this, go to changestartsnow.org.za and connect with them on social media. They can be found at Change Starts Now ZA. That's on Facebook and Instagram, and on X, change_now ZA. There we go.
Thank
now
you.
you know. And we'll put all those details up on the site. Listen, I'm very happy to welcome anyone else to the field. Like I said, the more the merrier. Let's get a whole bunch of people in here. Let's ask some questions of each other. Let's start these conversations just like we have this morning. And who knows what could come of it. Could discover all kinds of new and exciting things about your own family and friends. I know Lasizwe is spending Christmas on his own.
Loser.
But he can answer these questions sitting around himself.
Of course.
Right?
It's thought provoking. I think one of these questions is just like, do you really want to live in South Africa like this? Or, do you have the power and the capacity to make change.
These are the conversations you're going to be having.
He's on his own while he eats his
Trevor
prawns.
is so unimpressed.
I'm not impressed at all.
And I'll be sitting there like watching my movie and like, damn, actually,
It's going to create a circle of his own DNA to sit around and conversate with ghosts of his inner past.
100%.
What-
Sometimes I feel like you're scared to be alone. Are you?
I am.
Why?
I was terrified of being alone.
It's horrible in here.
No, but that's like you need
horrible.
help.
My mind is a terrible place.
I know this. I know this.
Just keep talking. It suits me.
So what is your favorite thing about Christmas, Trevor, and what's your least favorite thing about it?
Favorite thing about Christmas is just the holiday spirit and happy people around. And the least favorite.
By the way, I just thank you for that answer, because I really thought you were going to be sarcastic and nasty, but I think you like Christmas.
I do.
Yeah.
It's a nice time.
You like the music, you like the people, you like the food, you
The
like
choice
the
of salted
vibe.
biscuits.
There we
the
go.
custard.
Yes,
Yeah.
Simphiwe brought up the biscuits.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very essential.
Like it's not Christmas
it's not
until
Christmas
those
without
are
those
out.
biscuits.
Yeah,
Yes.
my wife bought and they've been in the cupboard since.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm quite happy. Only thing that ticks me off is the pick it up guys with Bakili Hip.
Yeah.
That is like,
Mm.
because
Why you never give me?
Yes, but you never give me.
put in the microwave.
Yeah.
Because on the WhatsApp group that I'm in, they say,
These
guys,
WhatsApp
don't.
groups.
Sorry.
Yeah, he lives in a very his community.
Yeah,
It's
WhatsApp
group
group.
upon
How many WhatsApp groups you on?
Well, I'm in the CPF. I'm in the RRAA.
What the hell are these?
The Home Owners Association. The CPF is the Community Policing Forum.
You're on all these adult responsible groups.
I know. I organize the eggs for the community. The specials. Like, I've grown up so much from organizing cocaine deliveries to like, does anybody have any iCads? I'm so grown up now. And I'm in the Boys in Blue.
Okay.
Yeah,
What is that?
we patrol the neighborhood at night.
Do you do that?
Yeah, but we're not technically allowed to be armed, but there's a certain arsenal that I can recommend that is not lethal, but will do some damage.
Like a taser.
Yeah, but you can't join unless you have a K-Way jacket.
But is this one of those taser like a cattle prod?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things can hurt.
Yeah.
You can take someone down.
Yeah.
I know. Look how excited he was.
Have you used it?
Yeah. A lot.
On who? Some homeless guy.
Stuff. Just stuff.
Some homeless dude sleeping under a box, and you.
Well, I'm not going to touch him with my bare hands. I didn't have gloves on.
Yes, that's unbelievable.
I'm kidding.
All right, what's your favorite thing about Christmas and your least favorite thing? this season?
My favorite thing about Christmas is that all of a sudden people have money.
Oh.
Right. So I love that feeling because like everyone is just on a spending mood and etc. The least favorite thing I like, and it's my personal experience, I hate malls during Christmas because they are just like everyone is just on an excursion. It's like take your kids, your sister's kids, your cousins' kids. It's just everyone.
And they all walk
they all
like
walk.
birds flying information.
Yes.
Single
blocked off.
file.
You would think that places like the Mall of Africa, it's such wide aisles, but it's
No.
all full.
It's all
You can't get
full.
around these people. And if you're going for a specific reason, you need to go in, out, buy the thing that you need for the wife, or the husband, or the aunt, or the whoever. You got no chance because there's no way around these
No, because
crowds.
the Mudley families want to walk in single file, Mudley.
So yeah, that's what I love, and what I don't like again is the crime during this time.
Watch out.
It's silly season. Like everyone is just out, and I saw something on socials, which is now a new trend, where moms are training their kids how to participate in crime.
What?
And yes, where like you'll be in a shopping mall, maybe sitting, having your food in a food court, maybe your bag is on the floor, and you'll just see kids just passing and taking the bag and stuff. So
And mothers are actually teaching their children this?
apparently so, because they're syndicates. Like the mom will be probably distracting the victim, and then the kid just does that. So that's the part that I don't, F with.
It's a bad precedent as well because it's becoming like work, like
Yeah.
generational work now. Like in India, where they purposely, what is it? where they make
They're professional beggars.
Yeah, and they make their children disabled. Thank you. So that you feel more sad and you give more money. That's a horrible precedent.
So Sanela says in the comments, speaking of biscuits, have you guys seen the price of Choice Assorted biscuits?
Yes, that's also inflated. That's also overrated now. Like, why would you pay over 200 Rand for a box of oh my Lord.
And it's just for a few days.
Just for a few days. And those biscuits will not finish.
No, you can never do that.
You can never finish those biscuits.
You guys will not disparage my Choice Assorted. Okay.
We're just talking about the price.
Why would you pay 28 Rand for mystery Fanta flavor? You want to me that? Oh, I thought you were still employed by them. Never mind. Sorry.
It's also expensive.
Oh, man. And holidays are expensive too.
Yes.
So a lot of people not going on holiday.
You know what's the worst thing?
Yeah.
You know what the worst thing is like after Boxing Day, back to school.
100%.
The Christmas spirit is gone, and you just see ads about like back
I don't know
to
about you
school,
guys,
specials on this. And I'm like,
but on the 26th, I'm ready to take down all those decorations.
Same.
Like straight after Christmas. I'm like, okay,
I'm
done with
love
that.
and light, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah,
and
right,
participating in
exactly.
My Christmas affair.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up now. Like Gareth and I, we could be
Trevor,
good
you
friends.
seem like you have the Christmas tree up until like the 5th of Jan.
Yeah. When I allow the kids back in the house, then I then take them down. So they see how festive I've been without them.
Hang on, I'm still interested that you have a pool guy called Ryan. And somebody else in the comments said they also have a pool guy called Ryan. It must be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So when he comes through with the net and the chlorine.
No, I've got my own net. I don't want people's nets in my pool.
Oh, okay. So what does he? Why do you even need him? Can't you do your own pool?
Sometimes it's therapeutic, but it's like I'm not
You
going
are very upper middle class. Your own pool
I think
guy.
you're part of the top one, hey?
He's part of the
Probably.
WhatsApp
He's not
group
even
chat.
fighting
He
you.
has a pool guy. You know, you probably live in an estate.
And in this community.
I'm not allowed in the States. If I'm going to be in an estate in a certain area, I need to report to that police station that I'm going to be there for more than 4 hours.
Lasizwe, don't believe it.
Like sometimes I'm just like, yo, dude.
But
you put in one boom gate, all of a sudden you're a menace to.
Gumbi, do you your pool has to be in good condition though at this time of year. Otherwise, you can't invite people around. You can't have a dirty green
And do you actually swim in your
algae
pool?
ass pool.
Yeah, I've got a
Right.
heated pool.
Oh,
But that-
wow.
Let's you know what? When are you inviting us to your house? Because
No, that's the thing. I don't.
Why won't you invite us to your house?
Because I live in an undisclosed location. Just keep it that way.
You know, one of those big mansions here in Sandhurst.
Yeah, like most probably. He doesn't need to talk to his neighbors.
So
It's a heated pool.
Yeah, because I don't know your intentions. So I invite you over. All of a sudden, there's a lifestyle audit on me. No.
Oh, right. Oh, that's clever though,
Yeah.
because that's also where you don't post pictures of your house.
No.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
You don't want SARS to know.
Let's
But
go.
then I think
See,
it's
now,
a little
as
too
soon as you
late.
get there,
It's a little too
it's a
late
little
now.
too late.
You
No.
told them about a heated pool.
Yeah, but
So-
I'm also a writer, so I just create stuff in my head.
But do you? Yeah, you can just plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Do you need a heated pool in December? It's so goddamn hot out there. You don't want it too hot in the pool. Otherwise, it's like a bath.
It's nice. I don't like feeling cold.
So, what temperature are we talking here? Like 28?
No. That's ridiculous. It's lukewarm.
So what?
It's
25, 26?
It's like swimming in a Durban public pool. It's like
which is mostly
With the
pee.
piss.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
yeah, I'm thinking it's like
it's piss warm.
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I've got you.
But
I see why you don't want people.
so it's basically Durban without the stabbings.
Okay, well that's an improvement.
Yeah.
All right. So Simphiwe and I were talking about Christmas traditions earlier, and one of the things that she does with her grandmother is that they watch Home Alone
Oh, yes.
every
Oh,
year. Every year. So what you said, there's a list of movies you've got.
Yes.
Are they all Christmas themed?
All Christmas themed. Home Alone. I have one with what is it? Jennifer Lopez. I think there's one that she's on, and then
Love Actually, maybe.
Made in
Maybe
Manhattan.
Naked?
But that's not
Made in
Christmassy.
Manhattan is not
It's not
Christmas.
Christmassy.
No? And what else? Oh yes, and I have High School Musical 3 because
Okay.
that was a little
Okay.
bit of Christmas. It was ready a little bit.
Okay.
And what else was on my list? I wrote down a good long
Are
list.
there any Christmas movies for you, Trevor?
Oh, yeah. Die Hard and
Die Hard's the Christmas movie,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's the Christmas movie of all Christmas movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewatch the series I was in, How to Ruin Christmas,
Danko.
Yes.
and then
we were talking about that earlier and how
Oh, were
much
you?
people loved it. Yeah.
yeah, it was fantastic.
No, you did an exceptional job.
I know, right?
Yeah, like
That's how you bought the mansion.
No,
Now-
thank you.
Okay,
Thank
but
you.
they've now got your Christmas.
No, that is Johnny and Tiffany Barbazona's creation.
Oh, it's different. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not related at all.
Yeah,
because people are saying that's also very good.
yeah, it is. Oh, Johnny Barbazona and Tiffany Barbazona, they worked with me on Sober Companion.
Okay.
Yeah, we produced it together and wrote together. The company that made How to Ruin Christmas, Burnt Onion, is now doing How to Ruin Valentine. So that is like a spin-off.
Oh,
of
it's a sequel.
Yeah, their franchise is
How
moving
to
that
Ruin,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not replaced. It just so happened that Your Christmas came out.
Okay, so just one point about these biscuits. Maxoni says, no, sorry, it's not. It's Venetia. She says all the biscuits are not nice in the box. Some of them are not.
Of course, yes.
Some of them get left
They are
behind.
stars. They
So
are stars.
which are the shitty biscuits? Just by the way, this is important
The
information.
gingers.
I can tell you for
Oh,
free. There are Beyonces of the biscuits,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
there are Kelly and Michelle, and then there's the rest. You know.
Okay, which are the shittiest biscuits in the,
The
choice of sorted?
shittiest?
Because I can picture them now. Those
Um,
pink wafer ones.
No, those
No,
are nice.
those are be-
Woo!
We like those.
You don't not say anything about those pink wafers, Gareth.
Pink wafers are at the
They
top, my
slap,
friend.
and there's only 3 of them.
There's only
And
3 of them,
that's
yeah.
them.
So-
Yes.
So which are the shitty ones?
Wait, let's start
The
with the
ginger
good
ones.
ones. Let's start with the good ones. We
Yeah.
have the one with the jam in the middle.
Ah,
That's
halala,
amazing.
halala.
We have the pink
Wafers.
wafers. That's amazing.
Let me just point out we are not being sponsored by bakers in this section of the show. We wish.
And then the third one shares a spot between the ginger and the it's wrapped in red. It's a
Oh, the one you have to.
With the
It's,
tin foil.
it's covered with chocolate.
yes, chocolate and yeah.
Mm.
That shares the spot with the ginger. And then the rest are just like
Rubbish.
Rubbish and every day. Like you get to have a lemon.
Oh, you don't like those ones?
No, I had no babes.
The what do they call the lemony ones? Lemon cream.
Lemon cream, yes.
Yeah.
It's just giving all age.
Okay, and is there anyone that you just avoid? Because I also there are those chocolates. You know the ones that you get at around Christmas time. Everybody gets those different assorted chocolates, and the orange cream one is the worst.
Yes.
If you have that, some people really like it, but if I get that one, I feel like I've been cheated.
I share the same sentiment, but for me, the worst one is when you're actually buying that fake choice assorted, from different brands.
Yeah.
And then you open it, you're just like, oh my Lord. And then there's like a straw biscuit that's going on and it's
A very
tasteless.
fancy one, like cheese straws
Yeah,
and
cheese
shit.
straws, and you're just
I
like,
got you.
No.
babe.
Yonder
Yeah.
wants to know, Trevor, are you?
Yeah, yonder.
Yeah.
Geeky.
Yonder wants to know, Trevor, are you killing the criminals with your jokes when you catch them during your blue patrols?
No, I go out masked, so nobody would recognize me.
They wouldn't know.
Uh-uh.
Okay, but you have your
Fully
taser.
masked. Yeah, and my
Okay.
baton. My nightstick went missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a nightstick.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
Like I love your life. Like I'd love to like one day like
The life of.
do it at the life of or like your momo
It's
or like
boring. It's
no,
boring.
but
It sounds so fun.
it's
We start off
fun.
with the WhatsApp group chat, then we go to
Right.
your pool
Pool
guy,
guy.
and then at night we're patrolling. Like,
Don't you like Bad Santa as well? That's definitely a Trevor Gumbi type.
Ah, yeah, there was Bad Santa. That is nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
The ginger ones with the chocolate coating are not good.
No,
that's
that's
according
also-
to lovely Lady Lee. Strawberry whirls, where it's at, says Slippery Pickle.
yes.
The
that-
brown ones that look like dog biscuits are the bad ones.
the description says it all.
the description.
That's good. Quality Street. That's it. I bought a box. Very disappointing. Smaller and shit wrapping, says Stefano.
Yes, that's the one that I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
It's Quality Street, not the chocolates. The
That's the
different.
chocolates. Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
chocolate.
okay.
Yeah. With choice assorted the biscuits. Quality Streets the chocolate.
Ah, here we go.
Yes, we know these things. All right, so we've got movies covered, we've got food covered, we've got the biscuits covered. What else do we have to do? Do any of
Playlist.
Oh
my God.
Please.
Like November, Mariah is defrosting. She knows immediately
you forgot
after
the
Halloween.
fights.
The fights, Christmas fights.
Christmas fights.
Yeah, but there's always someone at the table who argues.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a norm for
They
you
bring-
guys?
they bring bad
Verbal
energy.
or physical, so it's always
God,
like,
like
No, wait, fight. You guys have just normalized fights on Christmas Day.
That happens.
it happens the
what kind
most.
of families do you guys come from?
No,
That's why you're the black sheep.
No,
Normalizing fights.
I was projecting.
Hold on.
Don't project.
It doesn't always degenerate into like actual fist fights, but someone at the table has always got some bitchy comment about someone else's present or the way that they dressed, or it's usually starts with a woman.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I wish that she'd never married him because things would be a lot better for her. She'd have more money. She'd
Yeah.
be
the
be
first
better
three
off.
husbands were much better
Much
than
better
him.
than this one, yeah. And then it starts. You've never had this?
Well, maybe like I'm too oblivious about it. Like it
You
just
everything for you is like rainbows and
yes, in my
happiness.
rather that. Hey,
You know
Because
why?
we live in a very miserable world.
You know
hey?
why it happens a lot
Why?
at Christmas? It's because the whole year you guys have been speaking on the family WhatsApp groups
Yeah, yeah.
and there's little gripes that you haven't sorted out. And Christmas is the one time of the year that you know family will definitely be together.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take a shot on Christmas.
Yes, because you spent the
on
whole
Jesus'
year.
birthday.
You
guys,
people are
you-
abusive.
You spent
on
the whole
Jesus'
year in the
birthday.
shower every day thinking about what you're gonna say to them.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then she's probably gonna say this with our retorts with and then we're on. That's
He
300.
doesn't do it, but other people do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's not looking for
Oh
a fight.
no, I definitely have a feeling like Trevor does like instigate. Like, what's your star sign actually?
There's two. I'm on the cusp. I'm born on the.
But what's your star
On
sign?
the cusp.
Yeah, I'm born on the 23rd of November, which is the last day of Scorpio and the first day of Sagittarius.
Okay, what does that tell you? Lasizwe, is there any merit
Yes.
in that?
Because I've been going on dates. So like when you
it's
when going on
important.
dates,
Yeah.
you gotta know which star sign you interact with. So I kind of did my research on star signs and all that stuff, and it makes sense why you are like a Scorpio and a Sagittarius.
Is
a
he
little
not
bit.
compatible with a lot of people, is what you're saying?
No, not really. He's someone who like enjoys being entertained, and finds entertainment from just the squabbles and etc. It's like a video recorder.
Sometimes I think Trevor will actually lay out traps for people.
Yes,
This is
landmine.
part of his entertainment. So he'll say to someone, did you hear what she said about you?
Yeah.
And the guy will go, what did she say?
This is why.
He said you're a bit cheap.
Yeah.
Says you don't like to spend money on Christmas presents. What? And then you see what happens.
I like conversation starters.
Well, we got those crackers. I'll send a whole box home with you.
Yeah.
Let's start a political argument at home for Christmas. How about that? Imagine. Get everybody around the table and all they do is throw insults.
Yonder, why would Yonder, knowing full well that I'm on air, call me?
Oh.
But that's just typical. Is attention seeking.
Yes.
That's very bad, Yonder.
Yonder.
Wanda, don't do that.
My brother is a drunkle. Not just at Christmas, says Audrey. Yeah, you get those drunk uncles, hey?
Yeah, I
Get
growing
those.
up, it was
That's
very weird navigating those drunk uncles, hey? Because I've always been like the awkward kid. So like I don't know how to have conversations with them. So like they'd be like, yeah, I'm fun. And also remember, like
fun.
growing up gay is also just
Oh, you must have had hell.
it was just oh my lord.
Some old granny is like completely oblivious. She's like, when are you going to get married?
Yeah, oh, kid.
And why you have not brought a wife?
I know. It's just like there was one time. Oh my god, there was one time where I was seen. Remember, hey, me eat candles. I'm like, eat candles. When back in the day, in my early days of being famous, and I was walking around with this big buff gentleman. I don't want to mention names, but
Oh, I remember that racially ambiguous guy who asked for selfies.
Hey,
Racially ambiguous guy.
Those names, don't say. together, but it was a very
big thing.
And what happened with the family?
And the family was just like, so like, is that your friend? Is that your boyfriend?
Special friend.
I'm like, no, it was a lot to elaborate because I'm just like, guys, Jesus, like she brought me back to that.
So you see, this is why he's spending Christmas alone. He doesn't want to put up with that shit.
Doesn't want to deal with those.
Tell the truth, Lasizwe. That's one of the reasons.
No, I think just part of the reasons, just guys, like, I'm at peace with where I am now. Like it's so nice to be so content and so peaceful with yourself.
That's nice.
Good for you.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Trevor does not know what that means.
Yeah. I do know what it means. I'm just happy to be away from my drunko now.
Well, listen.
Old age with him insisting to teach me how to jerk off with his chainsaw whiskey kisses.
You sound traumatized, Trevor. You sound
He is traumatized.
He said that it's an uncle's job.
I want to bring it back. I want to bring it back and wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have the best 2024. Got big plans for 2024, Lasizwe?
Yes, going to continue with Awkward Date. It has been received very well. So
Nice.
I'm happy with the response and I'm just going to keep doing my thing on the socials. And, there's a few bombs, landmines that I'm, planting so that we can see if, they reap very
Keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
I love it. Trevor?
No, I don't know plans, bro.
Zabona phambili.
Sibone phambili. You know, we're in talks about stuff. I've got my wishes.
I mentioned it the other
you know,
day.
yeah, man, that would be so awesome. But yeah, we take it as it comes.
Well, listen, happy Christmas, Simphiwe. I hope you and your gran and the rest of the family have the best time. And to everybody, thank you. There's so many lovely comments this morning from everybody. Sugar Shabalala saying Merry Christmas, everybody. Sanele and She's Lit, Rebellious Ruth, Eminem, everybody else. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you in the new year. Have an excellent Christmas, great new year. We will be back on the 8th of January. Stick around for a whole lot of good stuff starting your new year properly. Cheers, everyone. Bye-bye.